What's up, guys? Man, I want to kind of like talk about this Breonna Taylor case and everything. Um, it's a whole lot of information that hasn't been put out. It's a whole lot of information that I guess they don't want to put out and everything. But um, all the marching and stuff, man, is going on. Man, I hope that the marching is really, having an effect on the people that are to be and stuff. Now, if you ask me, I don't know. I don't have the answers, man. I'm just trying to find out stuff just like you all are and everything. But what I have been trying to do is just collect a little bit more information so I can make a good educated decision on, what's going on and everything. And what I do know is that one, endangerment is just like shooting a gun into the air in the neighborhood. It's nothing. A good lawyer would eat it up. This guy, he didn't even turn himself in Louisville or nothing. He turned himself in Shelby County. I think I know the reason why he turned himself in Shelby County is because, he figured, hey, if I turn myself in Louisville, somebody's gonna try to kill me or beat the fuck out of me, something like that, man. So, uh, uh, or his lawyer told him to turn yourself in a different county. You know, the guy wasn't even locked up for nothing but 32, 35 minutes, man. But I have been looking at some things that he has done in his shout out to Louisville, man. This is my welcome to Fabulous Louisville hat. We ain't too looking too good right now with all this stuff going on, but um man, what I did find out, because I've been watching the news and everything, is that the guy was doing off duty work at a club, at a nightclub here in Louisville. And he went and trailed a guy home one night um, that was interested in a chick that was working at the club. And when he trailed this guy home, he just kind of like ran up on him and said, hey, man, this girl, she's not interested in you. I'm talking to her, blah, blah, blah. He didn't even, and this, the guy that I'm talking about is Brent Hankerson or something. Uh, he did not even announce himself as a police officer. He just kind of like, hey, this girl you messing with, this is my girlfriend or something to that nature. But he just ran up on dude, after the club, followed this guy home, man. Like, what kind of shit is that? You gonna follow this dude home over some chick slash bitch at a motherfucking club because he was working off duty. He was an off duty police officer working security at this club, man. That shit was fucked up for him to like, to do that, man. This guy, he has did a whole bunch of things that hasn't been uh, televised to the public so the public can get a good general understanding of how this guy was abusing his power and how he was just doing all kind of crazy ass shit, man. So, um, man, it's a whole lot of information that a whole lot of people do not know, except for if you live in Louisville or the surrounding areas, then because you can watch the news and you can see, what all is going on and everything, man. But man, I'm just trying to really just think about how he wasn't fired sooner from his job. How did it get to this point for him to even, get fired and everything? Because if you trail somebody home about a chick and you get out and start to, confront them at their own house, you don't even know. I mean, that guy could have motherfucking shot his ass and killed him right there because he followed him. He could have thought that he was a fucking robber. He could have thought that he was a jacker. He could have thought any fucking thing and just shot this guy in his own front yard. You can go and look it up. It's on the news stations here in Louisville, like Wave 3, WHSA, Maybe Fox 41 probably have it on there, but then again, that's a Republican channel, so they might not even give you that kind of information or nothing. But I know for a fact because I've seen it on the news, unless the news was lying. But then the news is television programming. So, but the guy followed him home. Brent Hankerson followed this guy home from the club, the nightclub that he was working at, and confronted the dude about a chick that the chick was interested in the guy, not interested in Brent Hankerson, man. So he followed the guy home to try to, run the guy off so he could get the girl. Like, what kind of shit is that, man? Really? That's some crazy shit, if you ask me. You a cop and you have a hidden agenda. I'm gonna try to pick up chicks in my off on, when I'm off and I'm doing, security, I'm gonna try to pick up chicks to, you know, see if I can mess with them or whatever. And if anybody messing with them that I don't, that's kind of like gonna give me competition, I'm gonna shoot their ass away or try to scare them off and stuff, man. This stuff is really crazy. So right now we're pretty much waiting to see what the FBI is going to do. Now, when the FBI release their facts and findings, then we'll kind of know, is this a botch investigation or whatever? Because what they're trying to say is that she was involved. Who gives a fuck? It's a whole lot of people involved in a whole lot of different things, man. But that doesn't give you a right to kill them. You're supposed to take them, arrest them, and have them judged by their peers, which when we go to court, none of our peers is there. It's going to be white, a white jury. None of our peers. They will never pick a black juror. They would never even pick three black jurors to be three black jurors out of 12, or they will never pick six black jurors out of 12 because they figured that we're going to let them get off, that we're going to, show sympathy and compassion and stuff. So we'll never be judged by. So in hindsight, do not ever do anything that's going to put yourself in the judicial system to where you're going to have to be judged by people that's white as my t-shirt. You dig what I'm saying? Never put yourself in that situation, man, because it might not come out in your favor. I'm gonna go with 90%. It probably won't come out in your favor, man. But when the FBI release everything that they're going to release coming up, then we'll really see if this is like, okay, can the family, can the city get some retribution? Because right now, motherfuckers are rioting, and a couple of days ago, somebody shot two police officers and beat up another police officer. Man, so man, you don't really know, man. But the city is in turmoil right now, man. So with that being said, man, we're just trying to uh, get some healing, get some due process. We're trying to get some understanding about how can you give one endangerment to this young lady's people that lived around her and not to her. So we don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? We do not know. So we're just trying to figure out, man, what's going on and everything, man. So, we'll see. We'll see, man. Everything will come out clean in the wash, man. Everything will really come out clean in the wash. So hopefully everything will be good. Hopefully the FBI will do what the Attorney General didn't do, and that was do the job, do their due diligence, and have a thorough, complete investigation to where, everybody could say, okay, that was fair. Because what he did wasn't right and it wasn't fair. Never named her. Never, not one time in his investigation, man. And I think that the rotten shit that they did to try to get her boyfriend to say, hey, we'll give you less time if you name her in this. He was a stand-up dude. He didn't do it. He didn't go for the bait. He was a stand-up dude, and I applaud him for that. So I don't know, man. We just need to get some healing going on around here. I know the city is in unrest and businesses is, people losing businesses and everything. Businesses are boarded up. But I figured, man, I told a whole lot of people, Once they gave her mother that $12 million, my third eye seen it coming before it happened. Once they gave her that $12 million, no, there would be no conviction. To me, that was like hush money, go away money. Can you get these niggas to calm down money? That's what that shit was like. Shh, hush. We don't want to hear about this no more. Now, can you go and corral them niggas that's out there that's fucking the city up and everything else? You know, and it just didn't happen. It did not happen at all, man. So, hopefully, like I said, the FBI would do a better investigation than what the Attorney General did. I think that the Attorney General, man, he's a black man in a white man's body. Listen to him. There's no urbanism in him. You can tell he's from the hills, the woods, the back of the woods, and everything else. You know, so he really wouldn't know about urban living and how things go on in the city. That's something that he will never know about. So there's no sympathy and no compassion in him whatsoever. You know, I know he's probably saying, well, her boyfriend put her in that situation. No, the motherfuckers that dropped the ball on the investigation put everybody in that situation. As far as I understand, they were supposed to hit 7 to 10 places, and that was one of the places. Okay, you found no drugs, not even any drug paraphernalia. The other dude wasn't even staying there. I've seen a couple of reports that one person said that he hadn't been there for 3 months. One person said he hadn't been there for 7 months. One person said he hadn't been there for almost a year. You know, so whoever was watching him dropped the ball, because they should have said, hey, we've been watching him for a while and he hasn't returned to this address in a while. Also, the warrant was old. They just reissued an old warrant and everything. It's so many mistakes on so many levels, man. And everybody that had their hand in this shit need to be held accountable. From the judge that issued the warrant the first time, from the person that went back to go get the warrant the second time, and from the motherfucker that was supposed to be watching him that dropped the ball and couldn't even figure out what this dude was. From the police that showed up there. Everybody, man, this whole thing stink to fucking high hell. It does, man. So everybody need to be held accountable. Just because you a cop, just because you a judge, doesn't mean that you above the law. And this is something that we all need to do, is go, when election time come up, go vote for your local election to get these motherfuckers out of office, man. We know who's racist. They showed us their hand. We know who is racist, man. We know how they think, man, and everything. Just because you're selling drugs or whatever, or just because you're around people that sell drugs, doesn't mean you a drug dealer. Or doesn't mean you a drug runner. Doesn't mean you a bad person. Everybody knows somebody that do something illegal to some extent. So, man, we got to get these motherfuckers out of office, and we need everybody to be held accountable, man. So I just hope that her family is doing well, and I just hope that that they could really get some closure, and that the FBI will really do their job and do what they're supposed to do, man. You all one love. Now holler later.